Now attorney and food blogger David Rosendorf, known online as Fraud Nesser, I still don't understand why, is a regular for lunch at this unassuming spot for dim sum. He says the value can't be beat and the food is rock solid, but they do one dish in particular better than anyone else in South Florida. It's off the beaten path in Coral Gables, and it's called Chu's Taiwanese Kitchen and Bar.
The whole way of eating here is everybody orders and everybody shares together. And a lot of people, what they do is order off the regular menu and then get a couple different things off the dim sum. The dim sum, it's small portions, it's not a course dinner. Mr. Chu, he's owned restaurants his whole life. He's opened several restaurants here in the area. You know, our chef is Taiwanese. A lot of the dishes is more traditional Taiwanese. Poached pork intestine, braised pork belly, pig's ears, pig's feet noodle soup. We get the dinner crowd, but then it's kind of transition between 10 and 11. We get the bar crowd, because we're actually open very late, till about 4 a.m. We have the latest liquor license in Coral Gables. Everybody walks in, they know everybody. They're all friends, you know, they feel at home. Great food, great atmosphere, you know, great crowd. Chu's Taiwanese Kitchen and Bar is family.
You've reviewed so many restaurants in Miami. I was a little surprised that this was your choice to come on the show.
I was too.
Well, there are a lot of places that are some of my favorites that you've already featured, but Chu's is frankly a place that I go to nearly once a week. They have dim sum there. They've got a full list of about a couple of dozen different dumplings and other selections. And so we'll get a big group together and go and order tables worth of dumplings and other things.
So it's better to go in a larger group so you
Definitely,
can really taste?
definitely, because it's mostly dumplings and other small plates, and you can get a much better assortment if you have a group of people. In particular, what draws me there is they have chalong bao or soup dumplings, which is just one of my favorite things in the universe.
And we should warn people when you go to eat a soup dumpling, and I was taught this actually in Seoul. I had the best soup dumpling of my life. I was taught to put it in a spoon, which they don't give you at Chu's, take a little nibble and sip the soup and then take in the dumpling.
There's definitely a technique, because if you don't do it right,
the soup's in your lap.
you can either scald yourself or you end up with soup in your lap or on your plate, and then you miss out on the whole experience.
Yeah. Melissa, what'd you think?
I don't really know what to think of that place because I have gone by it a million times. I live in the Gables, and I never really knew it was there. We ordered quite a few dishes. I wasn't a huge fan. I didn't really understand the decor. I didn't know what was happening. There was like...
Well, there was a Los Ranchos there.
Exactly.
Before,
and I'd been there when it was a Los Ranchos, so I
well, there you go. That was the decor.
remembering that, yeah.
And they haven't changed a lot.
They slapped some like Chinese posters and like, you know, stuff on the walls, but there's still these huge like medieval chandeliers seated holding a whole fish. Yeah.
What did you think of this restaurant?
Well, I mean, I would recommend it, but honestly, for the regular Joe Schmo that likes bacon, potatoes, and steak, they're not gonna like this place.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, particularly for dinner.
Yeah. Tell me what I did wrong.
You have to take the regular menu.
And throw it out. Okay,
because
that's what I didn't know.
Because like any really good Chinese restaurant, all the good stuff is on the specials board.
Well, we tried stuff from the dim sum menu as well, and that was definitely better.
Yeah.
That was
so what dumplings did you have?
We did the shrimp and leek dumplings.
Did any of you order Asian vegetables, Chinese vegetables?
We always get the Chinese broccoli when we do the dim sum with the oyster sauce on it.
I had the pork yu shang, but it was good. It was tasty. Unfortunately for the dim sum, I told the waitress I have a shellfish allergy. Okay, well there goes half the menu.
Yeah.
Very
tough place for a shellfish allergy.
You had one of my favorite dishes in general, the Singapore noodles.
Yeah, my best friend had that.
Singapore noodles are very different. They have curry in them, curry flavors in them.
But it was like a hint of curry, so it wasn't like overpowering.
Did you like it?
I liked it. My best friend hated it. But again, my best friend is a bacon, cheese, and potatoes kind of person. Yeah. So you have to go in there kind of with an open mind. I did get to try the barbecue pork dim sum.
The bun?
Yeah. That was the only one I could try. That one I actually really liked. Unfortunately, it was the only dim sum I could really try. But I liked it.
We did have this crispy seaweed though that was really interesting, and it was very tasty. was like almost like a wakame salad, but fried.
Yeah.
And it was.
He's got some funky stuff on that menu. There's
Oh,
a lot of
yeah.
intestines.
I mean, there's a
There
lot
was-
of
there was-
pork
there was pig
intestines,
Kidney.
the stinky tofu.
There's the stinky tofu and there's a spicy stinky tofu too.
Yeah.
In
Which I
case
really
you
wanted to
like the
try.
spicy and the stinky.
And they do karaoke there. Have you been for karaoke?
I have heard
That
about
is
the
what I'm
karaoke, but I've
curious
never
to see
been.
about that place.
Yeah,
What do you think of service?
service was great. The one particular waitress we had, very attentive, very knowledgeable of the menu, able to help my poor best friend who was like, you don't have a cheeseburger here? Yeah, but she was wonderful. Me and my friend were the only people in the restaurant.
Same with
By
us.
the time we left, a packed house, everyone there was Asian.
I
which
think
was
that's
interesting.
that's when you know you're in a pretty
good sign.
Legit place,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
restaurant.
But probably not a place you're going to get a cheeseburger.
No.
Definitely not.
Well, David, Choose Taiwanese was your pick. Sum it up for me, please.
If you like dim sum, and in particular if you're a soup dumpling fiend like I am, Choose is a great place to get a really reasonable priced lunch. And if you go for dinner, there's an interesting assortment of Chinese and Taiwanese specialties that you can try.
Melissa?
I would definitely go back again to give it a second shot. I would like to go for the karaoke. I do like karaoke a lot, so I would like to try that out and maybe go a little late night and see the different atmosphere.
I say it's a great place to check out with an open mind if you're looking for authentic Taiwanese food.
You can check out Choose Taiwanese Kitchen and Bar located at 2728 Ponce de Leon Boulevard in Coral Gables, open for lunch and dinner every day but Tuesday. Reservations are accepted and the average price for dinner without drinks is about $30.